So a couple months ago, the 12th of June, 2020 to be precise, I woke up in the morning and I made myself an iced coffee like I always do. And as I poured the last of my half and half, I made myself a note to go pick up some later so I could have some for the next morning. My parents were having a party later that night, so it wasn't until about 11 p.m. that I remembered I had to go get the creamer. So I hopped in my car while it was dark and I drove to the grocery store, and when I got in, I started walking towards the milk. As I walked in though, I noticed that a whole shelf on the produce section was covered in a big black tarp. I thought, that's pretty strange. And so I went to go check it out. There was a security guy watching though, and I felt kind of nervous, so I sneaked over when he wasn't looking to take a peek. Underneath the tarp was a pyramid of plain potatoes. I was pretty puzzled to say the least. I expected goblins or something. So I just went on. Anyways, I got my half and half and I hopped in the checkout line. While I was checking out, I noticed it was a manager that I knew pretty well. So we made some small talk and I said to him, "Hey, I saw in produce there was a big black tarp on a shelf, and underneath it was just some potatoes. You know what that was all about?" He said, I have no idea. That's the last thing our produce guy does every night, covering up those potatoes. I've never asked why." I thought, wow, that's weird, but whatever. I said to the guy, "Hey, potatoes have eyes, so maybe they're just trying to sleep." And we both laughed. And I paid for my half and half and drove off. When I got home, my parents and one of their friends were sitting outside, so I went out there to tell them the weird story. My dad looked surprised and he said, "Oh yeah, when I was young, I used to drive farm trucks full of potatoes during the night. And it's funny, we always cover them up with a tarp to transport. No clue why." And I thought to myself, wow, what a coincidence. Out of the corner of my eye, I thought I saw my parents' friend shoot me a look, but it was gone in a second. I didn't think anything of it. A couple hours later, the party was winding down and everyone went home. I took a shower and got ready for bed. I brushed my teeth, hopped under the covers, and kept the lights on low, and it started to drift off. Then everything got dark. Too dark. In a second, I felt a hand cover up my mouth and my eyes. Then a voice. "My name's Manny. I work in produce. Why'd you have to look under the tarp?" I tried to say something, but it just came out as a mumble. He said, "It doesn't matter. You know too much. Good night." Just then, it felt like a plastic sheet was tossed over me. I slowly lost consciousness and drifted off. Hours later, I started to get my wits about me, and I saw a tiny glimmer of light out of the corner of my eye. Then, it was like some kind of covering was tossed off, and all of a sudden it got incredibly bright. I tried to move my body, but couldn't. And my eyes adjusted to the light enough for me to look around. I knew this place. It was my grocery store. To my left, I looked, a potato. To my right, another potato. And as I tried to look behind me, I saw Manny, and I knew my fate. I was now a potato.